Alright then, so we now have our Firestore database set up, and we have a reference to that Firestore database in our app now, and we can use that reference to do things like add new documents. Now, what do we want to do with this Firestore database? Well, we want to store data in it which is going to represent the brew preferences of each user. So I think the way this should work is that a new user comes to the app and first of all they register, they get a new account. And at that point, once they've successfully registered, behind the scenes, what we should do is communicate with the Firestore database to add a new document into the brews collection, which represents that user's data and their brew preferences. Now, to begin with, we'll start with some dummy data for them. So we'll just enter things like, I don't know, they want 0 sugars or 0 strength, and they can update that data later. The point here is that we make them a user document inside the brews collection. So each new user that signs up is going to have their own document inside that collection. And each of those documents could have 3 properties. For example, the name of that person, whatever they choose to go by, the sugars, how many sugars they want in their brew, and the strength, how strong do they want their brew. So we could have those 3 properties inside a document which is created for each new user when they first sign up. And that document is going to store the data and the preferences for that user, and then they can update them later on if they want to. Okay? Now, we also have the problem of linking the Firebase user to the Firestore document. How do we know that a particular Firebase user should have a particular Firestore document? How do we know that 2 things are linked? Well, when a new user registers, Firebase automatically creates a unique ID for that user. We've seen that in the past when we've printed it to the console when they sign in. Okay, so Firebase automatically creates a long, unique ID for that new user. Now, that ID doesn't change after that. It always remains the same for that user. That is their unique identifier. Now, when we create a new document inside the brews collection for that user, each document can also have an ID, and we can specify what that ID should be. So it makes sense that if we sign up and we get a unique ID back from Firebase Auth, then we can take that ID and create a new document for that user in the brews collection with that same ID, and we can specify that. And that way we're linking the 2 together, because we're now saying, okay, where the user has this ID, we'll go out in the future and get the document which represents that ID as well. So now we know which data belongs to which user. Okay? So in this video, what we're going to do is, after a user signs up, we're going to take that ID from that user that is generated by Firebase and create a new document with that ID inside the brews collection for that user, and just add some dummy data to begin with for that user. Okay then, so we know now that when a user signs up for the first time, we want to create a new document for that user inside the brews collection. Now we have a reference to that collection stored right here, so we can reference that when we need to add something to it. Now, we're going to create a function inside this database service to do just this, and it's going to be a future because this is going to be asynchronous, and it's going to be called update user data. Right, so we're going to use this function twice in our application. Once when they first sign up to create their data initially, and secondly in the future when they go to their settings panel and update their data. But each time around it's going to do exactly the same thing. It's just going to get a reference to their document and update the data. So anyway, inside this function we're going to take 3 parameters. A string for the sugars, so how many sugars they want, a string for the name, and an integer for the strength. So let's do that. String sugars, and the reason I'm using a string for sugars is that it's just going to be easier to render to the screen later on than using an int, whereas with strength that is going to be an integer because we're going to use that in conjunction with colors to show a dark or lighter color. So we're not going to be directly outputting the number of the strength. So that's why I'm using a string for sugars and an integer for strength. But anyway, string for name, and then also int sugars. Oh, not sugars, strength. Okay, so inside this function, what do we want to do? First of all, we need to declare it as asynchronous, and then inside we want to return await, and then we want to get the brew collection. That is a reference to the brews collection. And then we want to find a particular document. Now the document we want to find is going to be a document with a specific ID. So I'm going to pass in the UID right here. Now you might be thinking, well, we don't have that UID yet. Well, no, we don't. But what we're going to do up here is declare a property, final string, UID, and then in a constructor, we're going to say database service, and then take in that UID and assign it to this value. Okay, so we have this final property called UID, which is applied a value right here. Now, when we create an instance of this in the future, we're going to pass in a UID. Okay, so we have that UID stored here. So we'll see this in action later on, but we're going to pass that UID into the documents method right here. And what that is going to do is get a reference to that document in the collection. Now, if this document doesn't exist yet with this UID, Firestore is going to say, hey, no problem, I'll create that document for you. So when a user first signs up and we call this function and we pass in a UID of that user, then that document is not going to exist yet. It's going to create that document with that UID, thereby linking the Firestore document for that user with their Firebase user. Okay, does that make sense? Kind of links the two together, right? So now we have a reference to that particular document. What we want to do is say set data to update the data, and we need to pass through a map into here. So key value pairs. So this map is going to represent the different properties and the values inside the Firestore document that we're creating here or updating. So first of all, we want to set the sugars, and that is going to be the sugars that we take in. So this thing right here. And the second key is going to be name, and that is going to be equal to the name we take in. And finally, it's going to be the strength, and that is going to be equal to the strength parameter that we take in. Okay? So that's pretty much all there is to it. So now what we need to do is call this function. And we need to call this function when a new user signs up. So let's open this and go to the auth service over here, because this is where we register with an email and a password. So once we've actually successfully created a new user and we get that user back, before we return that, what we're going to do is create a new document for that user with the ID that comes back with that user that's auto-generated by Firebase. So let me just paste in a comment first of all to say what we're doing here. And then under that, I'm going to say await, and we want to create an instance of the database service to do this. And it's auto imported that for me up here when I did that. See, database. And right now I want to pass in the UID to this database service, because remember in here, the constructor, it says we take a UID. Now, if we think about it, we could have just passed in the UID to this function. And yeah, that's an option, but we are going to be using this UID in different functions inside this database service. So instead of passing it into every function where we need it, we're just going to have it stored up here in the instance itself. So down here, we need to pass in a UID, and that is stored on the user right here. So we can say that the UID property is going to be the user that we get back from Firebase dot UID. So we're passing that in now, and then we want to use the function update user data, so that we're going to create a record for that user, and we want to pass in the different values. Now, the values we need are first of all a string for sugars, a string for name, and an integer for the strength. So first of all, the sugars, a string, and that is going to be 0. So this is just some dummy content that is going to flesh out their document when they first sign up, and it can be edited in the future by that user. So we have 0 for the sugars, another string for the name, we'll just say new crew member and spell that correctly. And then finally we need an integer for the strength, and that is going to be 100. Now we'll see why it's 100 later. It's because we're going to use this in conjunction with colors and the strength of the colors, and it's going to run from 100 to 900. We'll see exactly why later on, but for now, let's start off with an initial value of 100. So what we're doing now is awaiting this. First of all, we're trying to create a new record for that user. So from the start, when we register, we're creating a new user with an email and password using this method. Then we get that user back, And with that user comes a UID property created by Firebase. Then we want to create a user document inside the brews collection for that user to store their data in. So we create an instance of the database service and we pass in the UID from that user that comes back to us. So what we're doing then is calling this function update user data and passing in some dummy data for that new user. So over here, when we do that, we can see we have this data coming through now, and we also have the UID set. So we're saying, okay, we'll go to the brew collection and get this document with this UID that we passed in to this database service instance. That UID represents the new user that just signed up. Now, it's not going to exist at this moment in time, but that doesn't matter because Firestore will look at this and say, it doesn't exist, this document, therefore I'll create a document with that UID. And inside that document, we're now going to set some data. And we're going to set these 3 properties with the values you passed in, the dummy values. So now when we sign up, we also get now a Firestore document inside the brews collection for that user to store their user data. So, let me now save this file. And what I'm going to try to do is see if this works. So let me log out first of all, and then let me go to register. And I'm going to register with a new user. And I'm going to call this Toad at the netninja.co.uk. And we'll say test 1234. Let me register with that user. It loads, and then hopefully it should come to the home page in a second. Yep, it does. But now we need to see if a new record has been set up for that user inside the brews collection. So inside the Firebase console for the project, go to database, and hopefully when this loads, you should see a brews collection. So it's created this for us. There wasn't one there before, but we now see it here. And we can see inside that collection, we have a document, and it has this unique ID. And then the properties inside that document are right here, the name, the strength, and the sugars for that new crew member. So pay attention to this ID. This should be equal to the unique ID for that Firebase user, so that the two can kind of be linked together and we know which document belongs to which user. So it starts with 2IY and ends in 8P1. Remember that, because now I'm going to go to authentication and I'm going to check out Toad at the netninja.co.uk, and it starts in 2IY and ends in 8P1. So it's exactly the same as this thing right here. All right. So now we've done that. We've signed up with a new user, and now we have a Firestore record in the brews collection for that new user. And now in the future, we can start to edit that. That user can log in and change their data by referencing the document based on their user ID. And we'll do that in later videos.